Hello and welcome to the Lorna Mutegi channel. I am your identity and business coach, and once again, this is the right place for you if you're looking for freedom, wealth, and impact. Right, so over to my second point. Yes, preparation. We are looking to see how we can ensure that we will have an amazing new year, an amazing 2022. So my second point is preparation, and not just any odd preparation. Preparation for the crisis. That's right. We all know 2022, every single year, there will be some form of crisis. And if you didn't catch my other video where I talked about the first point, you need to mosey on over there and check that out. And then you can come back on here and you can pick it up. So the second point is preparation, but preparation for the crisis. I know, I said it. Yeah, so a crisis can be intense. It's actually defined as, when you're in a crisis, you're experiencing a time of intense difficulty or danger, okay? But sometimes you can just have a crisis when you just look across the road and you're like, oh my gosh, there she comes. There comes a crisis, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is drama. So one of the synonyms for crisis is drama, and I know we all know about drama. Another synonym that's quite interesting is mess. A mess. You could be in a mess. That's a crisis. I like this particular one because of the way it sounds in my mouth. A conundrum. I like it. Conundrum. That's a synonym for crisis. So it can be a calamity, it could be a setback, it could be a catastrophe, it could be an emergency. And I know we went through all this in 2021. We've lost a lot of loved ones. We've had to move to, housing that's a little bit more affordable, so having to leave what we know, what we love. A lot of us lost our jobs. And so we were all in a crisis, okay? So the second thing then that you need to think about is prepare for the crisis. And I really just want to help you understand how we can actually make a crisis a good one. Yeah, you can actually have good and crisis in the same sentence. A good crisis. And most of the time, I like to say this, a good crisis can unlock your purpose. A good crisis can unlock your destiny. So I was looking at, different, definitions of crisis. And there's one that really stood out for me. And it's crisis, but with a K. And so I think it's Greek or Latin or a little bit of both. And so you pronounce this as crisis. Okay, so listen out to this. Just listen to this. So crisis, which is also a crisis, where the word comes from there, is the turning point of a disease when an important change takes place, indicating either recovery or death. So let me just repeat that again. So crisis means the turning point of a disease when an important change takes place, indicating either recovery or death. And what really stands out for me in this definition is, number one, the turning point. It is so important that when you are in a crisis, when you're in danger, when you are in the state of difficulty, it is so important that you're able to identify the turning point. Okay, so the turning point when a disease or of a disease, when an important change. Now you have to be present in order for you to say, whoa, something just shifted there. And also just understand that when that something shifts, what it's going to do for you is that it's going to give you an outcome. Sometimes when you're in a crisis and you don't know what the outcome is going to be, that's when it gets so stressful and frustrating. And so you're looking for that important change, that turn, that moment of truth. There has to be a moment of truth when you're in your crisis in order for you to say, okay, it's either recovery or death. And so when you know if it's recovery, that's fantastic. And when you know that it is death, it's not fantastic, but you know that it is death. And so you prepare yourself for that outcome, okay? And so that's a competency, or that's an aspect around, understanding that when you're preparing yourself for success, there will be a crisis. Let nobody lie to you that 2022 is going to be perfect. Oh no. In fact, there will be 1, 2, 3, a couple of crises. I was going to say crises, but there's nothing like that. But there will be a couple of crises, and we'll ask God and pray that He keeps as many of those away. Or a better prayer is that God, let me be able to get through that crisis. And what a good crisis does is that it allows a transformation. So there will be an impact in your life, which should bring about transformation. But you won't be able to make a crisis a good one if you don't do the last thing. And that's the second point for today. And that is armoring yourself. But this time you want to armor yourself with resilience. This is a competency that not very many of us have. Okay, so you want to think about armoring yourself with resilience. So let me just do a very quick recap before I explain to you what armoring yourself with resilience means. So remember last week we talked about evaluating the past, determining how you want to get into the new year of success, and then you want to understand yourself. So that was all in point 1. And so the second thing that I started us off with today is preparing for the crisis. So once you understand that I want to make my crisis good, I want to make sure that there is impact enough for me to be able to transform, then you're on a really good track. But you want to be on that track dressed up with resilience, because crises come at different levels, or some are pretty intense, some are pretty manageable, you can handle them with your eyes closed, but you need some level of resilience. And so when you think about resilience, you want to think about a couple of factors. So resilience is made out of 7 things. So I want you to just stick with me and see which ones that you think you're really strong at, or the ones that you're like, yo, I'm so weak at that one, no wonder. Okay, so resilience is made out of 7 things. The first factor, it's actually 7 factors. So the first factor is causal analysis. And you're like, causal what? Yeah, causal analysis. This is the ability to be able to accurately identify the source or the cause of your problems. Sometimes the cause of your problems is, yeah, you got it, you. Sometimes the cause of my problems is me. So if you're not able to do that, causal analysis, it go down. It is all the way down, okay? So the other thing you want to think about is empathy. So this is how well you're able to read the cues of other people's feelings, their emotions. So how empathetic are you, okay? The other thing that you want to think about regarding resilience is emotion regulation. You got it. The ability to stay calm under pressure. So if your emotions are like all over the place, you'll be causing drama. You will be adding on crisis onto your crisis. So emotion regulation is so important. So far, how you guys doing? Okay, let's keep going. We have a few more to go. Optimism. This means that you see the future relatively bright. You're not all that like, Maze, 2022. Oh no, 2022. It's gonna be. You want to be relatively, optimistic. Yeah, you want to say, you know what, the future is bright for me. So that's optimism. The other one is impulse control. So that's the ability to delay gratification of your desires. Hey, that's a tough one. Hey, my budget was 10,000 for shopping, and then I just see that amazing pair of shoe. I want it. I really want it. So do you get it or you don't? So that's a question. So what's your impulse control like? Okay, so that ability to delay the gratification of desires. And then we have self-efficacy. That's the sixth one. So this is the sense that you are effective in the world, that you believe that you can actually solve problems, and that you have the ability to succeed in that particular task. So that's self-efficacy. This is actually a competency that's being taught, in Kenyan schools under the new CBC education system. Self-efficacy, the ability to say, I can actually do it. You actually believe that you can do something and you can do it well. And then the last factor is reaching out. And so this is how comfortable you are at taking risks. So if you're not a risk taker, you're like, no, I've evaluated, not going there. No, not doing that. No, your resilience might not be very well balanced. So which one are you doing really well at? Which one are you doing poorly at? Yeah, so that's what you need to ask yourself. And incidentally, emotion regulation and impulse control, those are two key major ones. So those make up quite a bit of resilience. Yeah. So you want to armor yourself with resilience so that you're able to deal with the good crisis. And that's it. So that's what you need to think about as you get into your year. If you want an amazing year, you want to be able to, number one, remember the first point had 3 aspects around it. You want to be able to evaluate. You want to be able to determine. So evaluate the past or evaluate the previous year. You want to be able to determine how you want to walk into the year. So visualize that. And then you want to understand who you are as you're walking into 2022. And that's where you need to understand what your identity is and what your purpose is in life. Why was I made? Why was I created? Why am I here? Why do I wake up every day to go to work? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this the work that I'm supposed to be doing every single day? So that's the first point. And then the second thing you want to think about is preparation, but preparation for the crisis. But can I just say that we want to say preparation for the good crisis. And then lastly, you want to armor yourself with resilience. Okay? So what I would love for you to do is just comment after watching this video. Comment and tell me, oh my gosh, I'm really average, when it comes to these elements of resilience, or I'm above average, or I'm below average. Okay, and I want to see what you guys are thinking and feeling. Okay, so it's right about that time. You know what it is. What time is it? Yeah, it's Christmas time. It's December, and I am in the spirit of giving. All right, so what I need you guys to do is accept what you're about to receive. That's all I need you to do. Accept what you're about to receive from me. So I am giving each one of you, you. I'm giving you. I'm giving you. I'm giving you. I'm giving everybody a free purpose evaluation tool. Yes. And what that tool is going to help you with is determine exactly what your starting point is when you're looking at having an amazing year. And all you have to do is just click on the link on the description box. That's going to take you right to where you can claim your gift, or you can go to my website, www.lornamutegi.com. All you have to do is just give us a few details, and boom, you got your free gift, a purpose analysis tool. And you can tell me thank you later. Okay, so that's it. So Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time. Don't miss out on my next series. I will be talking to you about opportunity. Now that we've prepared for 2022, how am I going to identify the opportunities that are being opened up for me? Okay, so if you want to hear more about that, get on to the next video. All right, take care. Bye-bye, guys.